All right, here we go. Welcome to episode 7 of Tech Help Oz, dated the 5th of May 2015. Oh, the volume's terrible. There we go. Oh dear. What a fantastic start. Okay, welcome to Tech Help Oz. My name is Benny, otherwise known as Ben Aylett. I'm joined as usual by Lenny. Say hi, Lenny.
Hey. Hey, how you doing, guys?
Pretty good, mate. And we're also joined by... Yeah, we'll get this right. And we're also joined by an old friend of mine, an old friend of Lenny's as well, Rod Russell, hailing from Albany. Say g'day, Rod.
Hey everyone.
And there he is. There he is.
Hiding away from the Great Southern.
Yeah. So Rod from the Great South, can you give us a quick rundown on who you are, what you do, your claim to tech fame?
Well, I've been into computers for most of my life. Probably about 11, 12 years ago, I finally got my foot in the door into an IT job and stuck to it ever since. I met Ben, probably about the same time, and since then we sort of bounced ideas off one another. Ben's also shown me quite a lot over the years, and that's got me from working in internet providers to consultancy work, working with local councils, and now working for a university with doing IT, something I enjoy and am quite passionate about.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Well, there we go. We've got ourselves another professional nerd on the panel. There we go. Good stuff. All right, well, let's just jump straight into it. This is the usual news blast that we put out every week, and this week is no different. So, Lenny, I think you've got something in the chamber ready to go, mate. What do you got?
Oh, yeah. So we've been recently talking a lot about, everyone downloading stuff, getting warnings, people getting afraid of getting arrested for downloading, and it kinds of, recently, the 30th of March was a news article brought out by the BBC, basically just saying there's this place called Silk Road. So for a lot of people that don't know, Silk Road is what we would call the dark side of the web. So this is where you would be able to find any kind of narcotics, legal things that you wouldn't be able to legally be allowed to purchase in any country in the world. You'll be able to find it on this. So it's a black market kind of thing. Now the Silk Web was started by one gentleman, and from then it's just spread. It's a $1 million web company, like the little dark side of the web. Now, recently, he's been arrested, being found in the library. But from that, the people that have actually been fighting to close down the illegal website to protect us has been found that two police officers, one a CIA agent and then a Department of Justice, have both been found stealing from Silk Web. So previously, before shutting down them, a couple of days previously, one sees an administrative account from Silk Web, which they've got administrative accounts, so they've got users that are admins that can shut down or delete a post or has control over it. They seize those accounts, who has also got access to funds for Bitcoin. One person has over $800,000 in Bitcoin stored in an account. So he has been trying to shut down the Silk Web for justice, but at the same time stealing about $800,000 from him. The other guy, not as much, not $800,000 or anything like that, but it's still a couple $100,000 in his own personal account spread across multiple places. And it brought to light, I'm like, listen, what kind of place do we live in now where people that are meant to be protecting us are fighting for justice on the internet, right? And then they steal from it at the same time and still fight for justice. They were like, listen, we need to protect you. You need to shut this place down, but also give me $800,000. I'd like to pay for my work. It reminds me of the fact that now that net neutrality is starting to become a really big thing. These people getting warnings saying, listen, stop downloading or we're going to arrest you or do this. And to get out of it, pay a fine of $500 per person. Mm-hmm. It just makes the thing that those things are now going to be all over. It's going to happen, and it breaks my faith a little bit in people protecting the web when they're stealing from it at the same time. It doesn't make any sense, and they're currently facing a lot of talk, and they might be going to jail. They've already been suspended, but more investigations are happening at the moment. So we're going to have to wait and see how that goes. But $800,000 Bitcoin money. It doesn't make any sense, man. So he allegedly wired funds into one personal investment account in the United States mere days before he sought a 2.1 million seizure for the guy who was called who started the little Silk Road. He then that's how much that guy was worth on the dark web, 2.1 million. So he took $800,000 from that. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. It's crazy. It just rustled my jimmies a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, it'll rustle anyone's jimmies. It's the people, you're right, the people who are supposed to be doing the right thing and looking after us are stealing. And I don't know, I suppose they're looking at it like, hey, look, we're stealing from criminals anyway, so no harm done, right? Yeah, it doesn't quite fly.
But that money is not. It's not good money. It's not bad money. It's just. It's not money you're meant to use. And then he stole it.
Money.
It's just. Where are you going to do for it? I can't, man. I just wish that the guy that stole the money and the guy that created Silk Web go to the same prison so they can just have that awkwardness between them. It's just going to be the best thing, I guess.
Oh yeah, that'd be right. I think it probably. This guy was probably inspired to steal the Bitcoin because he probably highlighted this to his supervisor, who probably had no idea what a Bitcoin was, and he probably just looked and said, "Oh, I don't care, get rid of it." So no worries, I can do that nice and easy.
Literally, that might have been happening, like because he stole it like ages before as well. So before Bitcoin became valuable, he might have already had a lot of Bitcoin saved from the website because they've been investigating it nonstop. So it just I don't know. It kind of blows. So I'm just saying, like, the Silk Web is not something you want to visit. It's not something you ever want to have in your internet search history. So if you're gonna search for it, please just search for it in news articles only. You don't want to have anything to do with that website at all. You can't access it anyway without a Tor client anyway. So just avoid it. Okay, just search for it in news articles only in Wikipedia. Just avoid it at the moment. All right.
Yep.
That's my little tech tip for today.
Nice one. Alrighty, I might jump on to the next one. Tesla on the 30th of April. Now, those that aren't familiar with Tesla, these guys are a pretty forward-thinking technology company. They've been making some fantastic electric cars and actually electric performance cars in America. They're also disrupting the way that we sell cars to the public. So instead of having a showroom, they actually have like a little mall, a little stall in a mall or a kiosk or something, and you just rock up to a terminal and you pick out your features and you say, yeah, that's the Tesla I'd like, and then they go and deliver it to your home, which is nuts. It's crazy. So the idea of the idea of a dealership is actually under threat. They've been taken to court a couple of times in some American states, saying that hey, these guys are really ruining our business model. We need to do something about this. But Tesla has just pushed on. They're doing great work, and they've been doing a lot of research and development into the batteries that they use in their cars. And they've made a lithium-ion battery. And they've announced it on the 30th of April, and they come in 10 kilowatt-hour and 7 kilowatt-hour batteries, and they can be mounted inside your home. And they're about 1.3 meters high, 860 millimeters wide, and 180 millimeters thick. So it's a great big panel, but it's a pretty slim panel. And this is a fantastic thing for people who are generating solar electricity and not necessarily feeding it back into the grid, because this kind of defeats the need to feed things back into the grid and get a credit. With this sort of thing set up, you can basically go off the grid. You can get enough solar energy or enough wind energy. It's a pretty cool thing. Yep, you can store it for when you need it later on or when the sun isn't shining. And prices start around about US $3,000, and they're expecting to start delivery in the US summer. So it could be 6 months away before we start seeing these things being installed in homes with DC to AC converters to give people power inside their homes. So I reckon this is just a fantastic thing. Watch out for this, because if it hits Australia, we're in for a really big shake-up, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the results of this.
Yeah, but with me, I think I'm going to go, I'll wait for maybe a year before I even think about putting it in my house, because as the same with iPhone, I know Tesla's a very, very good company, but the first generation of something is probably going to cause a little bit of problems. So I'm probably going to go, I'll wait for them to just touch up any bugs. I don't want anything burning my house down, so I'll wait for the first bug, but I am so excited to see it, because I've been very active. Australia's solar power needs to be a major thing in Australia, where if Russia and towns in Russia can have 80% of their power come from solar power when they're freezing and don't get as much pure heat as we do, why can't we do the same thing? Because there are literally countries now that 100% of their energy comes from renewable energy, like solar and wind. Australia's got a massive areas that they can just fill up with solar panels. Why not do it? I think it would be super, super awesome. So I'm very, very excited to see how Tesla comes down here, especially with the solar power side of it.
Yep. Yeah. What about in Albany, Rod? Is there a lot of sunlight down there that people can harvest for this sort of thing?
Not today, no. It was yesterday was pretty windy and rainy and cloudy, and today was cloudy with a few patches of sunshine. We do have our great big wind farm though, which does power most of the town, I believe.
That's awesome.
So
I didn't even know that.
13, 14 wind turbines down here. And they're facing straight off the south coast.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. That's wicked.
Yeah, when we drive up towards, I did a drive to Esperance about 6 months ago, and Bremer Bay's got a wind turbine, and Esperance has also got a collection of wind turbines as well. And if these places have those sort of batteries, it can store a bit more power for us. But then it also got me thinking of having those sort of batteries in, you know, our UPSs, our uninterruptible power supplies, or like our server rooms and everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a very good point.
Time them on those as well. Fit more batteries into a smaller unit.
I guess that's a very good point. There's going to be parts of it where it's going to just benefit for pure tech-wise, and not just for people that kind of for houses. It's going to be used for a lot of tech, because I know when I worked at INET, our server room was so each floor had their own server room at INET. I don't know if they showed you that when you went for the tour, Ben. So each floor at INET, so it went corporate, tech support, and then sales, and each floor had their own server room. And those server rooms were basically just it felt like one bedroom basically, and they were like super, super hot in there. So that it had these massive air conditioners. So I think of those batteries, if we lost power, I think they could save a lot of space. Just line the floor with them and stuff like that, or put them just straight against the wall. I think those batteries can save a lot of power on that side.
Yep. Yeah. So that's another nice thought about the application. What you could do with these power walls. Very cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Here we go. Let's play a little game. What's your bet? How long will it take until we see a building fire or a house fire blamed on a Tesla Powerwall?
I was thinking just that. I think 3 months into the first home installation, we'll have a fire.
3 months.
I think
all
3
right.
months.
Yeah.
Yep.
I reckon that sounds pretty good.
You know, I'm going to say up to about 6 months.
Oh, 6 months.
Give them the benefit of the doubt for a little while. And then
is Ben going to have complete faith and say no fires?
Batteries S.
All right, I reckon the first incident is going to be within 3 months, but then they're going to find out that wasn't the case, and the first real fire. Yeah, it's a user error, or someone has driven a nail through the other wall into a battery and just made it short out and explode. I think the first real failure they have will be, I think, just outside of 12 months. I reckon it'll be just outside.
12 months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's quite a long time, I think. Yeah. We'll make sure that
I'm just pulling numbers out of the air. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, 12 months in general, but I think 3 months, because iPhone had, when the iPhone 6 came out, 3 weeks into it, there was the first one that just burned someone's butt. 3 weeks into it, there was the bended one. So I think 3 months for something that size, I think it's possible. I think we're going to see it happen.
Well,
So
that's
Ben,
one
do
thing
you
we know
wanna play
about tech.
another
It
game?
is eventually going to fail.
Do you want to play another game, Ben? You want to play
Oh.
Google Feud with us?
I love games, and I love Google Feud. It is awesome.
So yeah, you've been playing it a lot, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, as soon as I saw it, I gave it a couple of games, and I played about 5 or 6 rounds, and I thought, this is fantastic. This is so good. I'll actually show it to my girls, who think they're really hip and up to date with everything, and they think they're bleeding edge.
Yeah.
And I showed this to them, and they'd never seen it before, which is a big plus for me. I feel good when I can do that. But then we sat down. Yeah, we sat down. We all crowded around the laptop on the kitchen bench, and we played 100 rounds of Google Feud. We kept on going and going and going. It was fantastic. I even started periscoping some of the game. It was great.
I watched for like 5 minutes and then my computer crashed. So explain what Google Feud is for somebody that doesn't know. Like, I don't know if Rod probably knows, but explain it for someone that doesn't know. What is Google
Bring it
Feud?
up on a screen share if you like, while you talk about it.
Go for it.
Bad idea. Not a bad idea, lads. All right, someone start talking. I'll get a screen share going. There we go.
All right, cool. So Google Feud,
Go.
for a lot of people that don't know, Google is always into making their browser or website that just make it fun to be a part of the internet. So Family Feud is a game that's been going for ages. It's a game where, for example, at the moment, Steve Harvey, I'm not going to talk about the Australian one because the Australian one doesn't exist. It's terrible. So Steve Harvey at the moment in America hosts it. It's 2 families that get together like this. They get asked a question, and then they've asked 100 people, and the amount of results will be the amount of people. So if someone, example, got asked, what's the first thing you do when you get up? They asked 100 people, then you've got to guess what those people said. So you would be, went to the bathroom, and then there'd be like 30 people said they went to the bathroom. And then the more people you get, the higher points you go. So that's the fun of it. Google Feud combines that with search results. And I don't know if I find you have to be kind of stupid to get them because it's based on the search histories of Google. So there's always just weird search results. They never make sense.
It just goes to show you how unusual the world is.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I always
Right,
get something
so
and I'm like, this must be it. And I'm like, it wasn't even on the list at all.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. This is a view of Google Feud. So
Right.
we can choose categories: go culture, people, names, questions.
And let's go to people.
People. Okay. Let's
People
go to
is
people.
much more interesting than questions.
All right. I hate the taste of. I think you've also got to be careful with some of the answers here because they can get a little blue because people are dumb and they ask weird stuff. So
Yeah.
I hate the taste of, let's say, pork. Right. That's a no.
Okay, how about I hate the taste of toothpaste?
Toothpaste. No, that's a 0 as well.
I
Exactly,
hate the
it's
taste
impossible.
of engine oil. You never know.
Well, okay, that's nothing. So, all right. So this is how autocomplete has worked it out. I'm not too sure if it's updated at your end, but let's see. Screen sharing. Stop. No, okay, not refreshing. But anyway,
Yeah.
top 10 results. I hate the taste of water. I hate the taste of weed. I hate the taste of green tea. I hate the taste of coffee. That's just crazy. I hate the taste of meat. I hate the taste of protein powder. I hate the taste of whiskey. I hate the taste of ginger. And, all right, Suboxone, Suboxone, whatever that is. That sounds nasty, so we won't worry about that. And I hate the taste of Greek yogurt.
Greek yogurt. What the?
Greek yogurt, what's wrong with that? And so,
I've seen the answers for weed come up quite a lot in past the games I've
I think-
played.
I think search engine weed is a safe answer for most of the stuff.
yep. All right, so
But
yeah,
it's pretty fun. You will get addicted. I was addicted for about an hour, so just be careful. Ben played way too many games.
yeah. Well, it was just a nice little bonding thing with me and the girls, and yeah, we had a bit of fun with that. So it's fun. That's all it is.
Yeah, it was, and you did share it on Periscope. Ooh, cross-reference, talking about Periscope. Let's talk about Meerkat.
Hey, what do we got?
So, I finally got the beta on my phone. Going into it, the app sucks completely. It is
Oh no!
garbage. The
Oh,
app
that's
is
terrible.
buggy. It doesn't. You have to have a super strong connection. My 4G can't even handle it. It drops out. There's like 4 people streaming at one time, but 70 people watching, and it's always just the creators of Meerkat on there. So it's like community members, which are like team members of Meerkat, and they're always doing giveaways. And they're just and this one woman from Meerkat she was this British woman, and she was annoying, and she was like, we need to have 5 more people say yes to get a T-shirt, and I'm like, is that what you're doing? This isn't the idea what you're meant to be doing with this kind of thing. You're not meant to be doing competitions with it. You're meant to just be sharing it. The app is garbage. I will bring it up quickly and show you just the layout of it, and you can reference it to your to Periscope. So that's literally it. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's just a bunch of.
Yeah, pull back a bit.
You can just see. Yeah, you can go. It shows schedule, stream, and then it just shows who's streaming. So at the moment, there's one person from Periscope that is streaming, and she has got 182 people watching. So all these people streaming are only Periscope people. I mean Meerkat viewers. So she's I kept saying Periscope. They work for Meerkat. That's how they get to this page. So if I stream, I don't get onto this page.
Right. Okay. Well, just a
and there's
comparison.
no search option or anything.
Yeah. Actually, that's not showing up too well. That's terrible. We're gonna have to work on that. There we go.
Look at that. That's brilliant. You've got tabs at the bottom. I don't have anything.
Yeah. So it's not too bad. I really enjoy using Periscope. It is awesome.
I think I'm gonna have to wait for Periscope to bring an Android app, because the Android app from Meerkat is just a disappointment. They had an update that didn't fix anything. It was meant to fix stability issues, other issues. It literally didn't fix anything. So their beta is basically them rushing to get in the door with the Android app. And why rush and do a shitty job when you can just take your time and do a good job? So I'm uninstalling Meerkat in probably the next couple of days, and I'm going to wait for Periscope to bring an app out. The app is garbage, so I wouldn't even recommend anybody trying it. So wait for Periscope, because Ben loves it. He's been using it, so I think we're all going to have to just jump on the Periscope board, I guess.
Yeah, so this is probably a big misstep by Meerkat. They're obviously trying to get the market share as far as video streaming goes. Meerkat and Periscope, you've got to understand that these are not the first guys to do it, but they're probably the best ones so far. So they've done a really good job at delivering these apps and delivering an experience. Meerkat was before Periscope, but Periscope has overtaken, because Periscope, being a Twitter-owned property, have got access to all of the API hooks that Meerkat no longer have access to, because Twitter decided to pull those.
Yeah, because they wanted the business.
Yeah, bit of dirty pull, but you get that.
I honestly thought that Twitch would have had a live streaming app before any of these two, to be honest. Because you can watch streams on the Twitch app, but you can't stream video through it. So they do have gaming. You can stream if you're playing a game on your phone, you can stream Twitch on that. But there's no Basecamp feature built into it, as far as I'm aware. So I thought they would have been the first one, being the streaming giant that they are.
Yeah, I think that's a missed opportunity for Twitch. They probably should run with that, but I think now with Meerkat having a bit of a stumble in the Android market, if Periscope comes out now with an Android app that is even pretty much the same, if not a little bit better than the current Android app for Meerkat, they'll have this all sewn up. I think it's pretty much going to be all over.
It's just as stable, and it doesn't cut my stream out every 5 minutes. I'll jump on the Periscope board straight away.
Yep.
It's
alrighty.
But anyway.
Cool.
Ron had something to talk about. A little bit of a something that he wanted to mention as well previously. Something to do with the guy from Facebook or something like that.
Yeah. It was the SurveyMonkey CEO David Goldberg just suddenly died last Friday, and his wife is the current CEO of Facebook. There's no real details as to what the cause of death was. All they've just said is that they just like everyone to respect their privacy while they're going through this time. And Mark Zuckerberg has come out. I remember reading somewhere by saying that she is a strong woman, and he agrees with her and hopes the best for her at the moment in the time of need.
Yeah, well, it was very upsetting when I saw the post, because I saw the way I saw it was through Mark Zuckerberg's sharing and commenting on it. I think it's quite upsetting because I didn't even know he was the CEO of Facebook or anything like that. So
he was the CEO of SurveyMonkey.
SurveyMonkey, yeah. So
family of CEOs.
Yeah, so it's strange that they haven't mentioned what caused it. That makes me a little bit worried. Like, I'm wondering if it, like, not to be disrespectful, maybe it was depression that got to him as well, or maybe just too much pressure and he couldn't handle it. Because I
believe that they were actually overseas on holidays at the time.
Oh, okay. So they're overseas. That's crazy. That's a bit strange. My best wishes to them. I hope everything gets a little bit better for them on that side so they can deal with it. But yeah, it's a bit strange, I guess.
Just looking on the news website, Mexican government spokesperson said that it appeared Goldberg fell off a treadmill and cracked his head open and was found in a pool of blood.
Oh,
treadmill. That sucks. Another reason why I don't go to the gym.
Well, you can use other things at the gym.
That is shocking. So at least they gave an update. So that's good. So I guess people can stop wondering about it like I was. But no, that's good. I really hope that they deal with it well and nothing bad happens with him. And I hope she has something to take her mind off it during the time, because I know a lot of people, when they lose someone close to them, kind of just fades away and they get stuck in depression. She just needs to keep busy and just deal with it in a very good way, I guess.
Yep.
So,
without sounding horrible, she has a nice big social network behind her.
Yeah, she does. She needs to keep at it. Don't get too distracted. Like, get distracted as much as possible. I mean, just so she doesn't have to think about it, because it can kind of come down crashing on some people. But we'll hope that goes well for him. Yeah, definitely all the best. So the Tesla, I just want to talk about that quickly again before we wrap up. If Tesla's battery came to Australia, would you think that they would be sold through Tesla, the company themselves, or would their battery be sold through another company, like another energy company?
I think what Tesla are doing, I think the idea that they'll be using in America is that they will be going through installers. So you can only get it through a licensed installer, which makes sense because you don't want people installing this that don't know what they're doing. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself with a whole bunch of problems. So, I think we'll be seeing this in the hands of installers and also installers for solar panels. So it'll be another package you can throw on.
Yeah, I guess, that is a very good point. I think solar panel companies will probably be the powerhouse in that section. I guess they're going to get massive. That'd be very interesting.
Because they've got a great big machinery shed in their property, and they've filled the roof up with solar panels.
Yeah.
So having sort of more batteries on there it gives them a little bit more power when the power goes out.
Yeah, especially for the country, I think if their power grid went down, I think those batteries would benefit them quite a lot, wouldn't it? Because then they've got the solar power, and then if they've got a bunch of batteries, they get extra days, maybe weeks of backup battery without having to. The thing that I'm worried about is like towns that get flooded quite a lot, like Queensland and stuff like that. Those towns get flooded quite a lot. Those batteries would have to be in a place, or would have to be function where if they get water damage or water around them, would they survive in that kind of thing? Do you think that if like Queensland get flooded and your house has those batteries in it, would they just fry out, or would they keep working?
I'm wondering how they go in a car.
Yeah, well, they go pretty well in the car, I'd imagine. They'd be fine.
Yeah.
But as far as water ingress goes, I don't think they're made to go into water or be sort of subject to any sort of water whatsoever. But you know, they're pretty slim units, so you could effectively put them in roof space. They'd probably fit inside a roof space. You just have to make sure that your structure is going to hold an extra 100 kilos, because they are 100 kilos per unit.
Heavy.
And you can string them together. They're pretty heavy, but for what you're getting out of it, I think there's still probably a better proposition than a whole array of lead-acid batteries, which are going to weigh a ton.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's better. I think it's just a bit of food for thought. I think for Tesla to maybe work on a version of it that you can get water resistance, maybe like put it in a case or something like that. Send it to that company that you can send your phone to, and they spray it with waterproof, so that you can drown it and stuff like that. That'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, really interesting. All right. Right, I think that we've just gone over half an hour, so I think that pretty much covers it for this week. If you guys have got anything you'd like to plug, Rod, you're the guest. Why don't you plug a little something that you like to do in the week that you'd like to tell other people of Tech Help Oz and what you're up to?
Certainly. So not only do I work in IT, but outside of work on everyone's computers, fixing people's computers and keeping our users happy, I also help operate a small computer gaming group down here in Albany, which we just simply call Albany Gamers. You can find us on Facebook, straight Albany Gamers. There's about 3 of us who run it at the moment, and the other 2 have been busy doing live streams quite regularly. They'll be doing a game of Fibbage or Minecraft. And when they do those games, they encourage others to join in and have some fun as well with everyone.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
have a TeamSpeak channel, so when they're all having a chat and a bit of a laugh, you can join the conversation and hear yourself on the live broadcast if you want to.
And that's what people like. They like to see themselves.
That's right. The guys there have been doing a really good job recently, and for a while we thought the community had sort of died down, so we'd stopped doing some LAN parties down here when I was focusing on work, and a couple of friends just said, no, we'd like to try and help out, and since Christmas time, just the community has doubled. And
that's
they've
awesome.
just been continuously keeping it all up to date and redesigning logos, making things happen, and it's like, this is good, I like it. And just
good. Sounds like you're building. Yeah, it sounds like you're building a really nice community down there. So well done with that, mate. Lenny, what are you doing when you're not a Tech Help Ozzer?
I work on my customer service at Virgin Mobile. No, I basically try to, when I'm not doing this kind of thing, I'm trying to find ways for us to improve. I'm trying to think of directions we can take the company. I'm always thinking about it kind of stuff. So I haven't been posting much on the Facebook or the Twitter at the moment, just because I've been dying at work. But once we have the website up and running, which Ben he's always working hard on it. I know he is. Or you've been. Once we get it up and running, it's going to be much easier. We're going to have a hub that we can put all the content in, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be streamlined. And yeah, I'm just working up, doing that, and then just sleeping. So that's basically my life. So my place, if you want to follow, just keep following at Tech Help Oz. That's basically the only place I post at the moment. So if you want to follow something, keep up to date with what we're doing, follow that, or just go to Facebook. Also Tech Help Oz. That would be the best place to go.
All right. Thank you very much, Lenny, and thank you very much, Rod. My name's Ben. You can find me on Twitter at Ben Aylett. I also run a business called Easy Wireless, and there's the web address there, so that is easywireless.net.au. Otherwise, I'm just a guy who's at Tech Help Oz, and yeah, I'm quite happy to share the knowledge and have a bit of fun. So this has been Tech Help Oz for the 5th of April, 2015. And you can catch us again next week. And until then, see you later. Say goodbye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.